Okay, here we go again. We're going to create, you might have seen this on the sales page of this product, we're going to create a nice wedding compilation. So we'll start off by dragging onto this image we've created here is 400 wide by 800 tall. You can see it there in the bottom there. So we're going to start off by just dragging across, or dragging up should I say, this first image of this couple. So when you're in here, you can still resize these images if you think they're too big slightly. Again, a lot of this is preference on how you see the image. So the second image that we'll pull over will be the couple's hands and the flowers. So we'll just drag that onto the top. This is a very large image, but we're looking to get the hand in quite large, so we'll just reduce this in size. Just commit to this, and what we'll do now is we'll use the gradient tool. Select gradient. Just if you quickly look over here at the top, what we want is we want the third one along, which is black to white. But now what we need to do is we need to add a mask to this. Now at the end of this tutorial we'll show you in versions before 9, so 8 and earlier, there wasn't a mask feature that you could add straight onto the layer. So there is a way around that, and we'll show you at the end here. But to keep the flow of this tutorial, we'll just use the tools available to us in this particular version. We're actually using version 10 here. So with this layer selected, down here you can add a layer mask. So we've already made our settings on the gradient tool. We've got the black to white. Gradient tool selected. Make sure you have the actual mask thumbnail selected. You can see a little border around it. If you select there, you can see the border goes around on the thumbnail of the image. But you want to make sure you've got the border around the mask, and then you know you've got it. So holding Shift on your keyboard, just drag up, and there you can see you've blended through. Now we'll add our final picture. We'll shut this one down. So we'll now select the move tool, and we'll drag our final image over, which is of some flowers. You might think this is looking a bit odd now, covering everything up, but you'll see that it works in a minute. So place it where you're happy with. We can remove this one now. And now again, with this layer selected, we'll add another layer mask. So we need to make sure we have the default colours selected. You can select D on your keyboard, so it's black at the top and white. And now we'll select a brush tool. We'll go for a soft edge brush, and we'll have around about 80. So again, selecting this mask here, you can see the border around it. What we want to do is we want to try and just mask out these flowers and bring the couple into play. You can play with this yourself and get the look you want. As we're doing this, you can see that there's a black area appearing here on this mask. Obviously we need these lines out, so you'll bring it across there. You can see we've got our shape there. Still a little bit cluttered here. We've still got the fingers coming over the head here, so if we move down to this layer here, again make sure we have this layer selected. This is where we did the gradient. Mask selected here with the border around it. We've still got this brush tool selected, and we can start to just go over the couple's head. Again, you can see on here that it's masking out the area. So again, you might want to just take it out a little bit there. It's a good little indicator. You can see there's some lighter patches here. You could take them out altogether, or you can just leave it as it is there. That doesn't look too bad there. For this purpose though, we're going to make this a black and white image, so we're just going to use the standard tools that are available within Photoshop Elements. So selecting this bottom layer here, we'll just go to Enhance, Convert to Black and White. We'll leave the default settings there on portraits. So that's that one done, and repeat this on the others. And then finally the top. Right, that image is taking shape now. We'll just add some text to finish it off. So we'll just select a font and a size, colour. We've got black here, but we're going to lower the opacity, so we'll just type in the text. That might be a little bit too large, so we'll just highlight that we just reduce it down. We're going to use the warp effect, so we'll just from the drop down select arc, might be a little bit too big still, but just reduce it down to 12. Use the move tool to select this and move this around. Happy with that, we can lower the opacity right down. Don't worry if you're looking at it and you think the text looks a little bit jagged. This often happens when we're looking at we're already at 66% of the image, so at the end we'll show it in full size and you'll see that this text will smooth out. So we'll just add some more text across the middle here. Again, we'll use the arc. A little bit big. Select move tool. And finally, we'll just add some more text down the bottom here. We'll select a size in a minute. I think probably could do with being a little larger than that. And we'll use the arc again. Maybe we won't go just as much this time. And then select the move tool, and we can move this about. Just rotate it a little bit. And you can even pull it out and make the text a little bit larger that way. And once we're happy, commit to it. Again, we'll drop the opacity right down. What we might do as well, just to make it slightly different, we'll select a white colour for this one. Do the same with this one. Leave the top at black, but we'll move these to white, and we'll add some layer styles. So select layer, layer style, style settings, and we'll add a drop shadow, and we'll also add a stroke. And now if we go to a very slight stroke at 1, I tell you what, on that one we'll change that colour to white. That makes that stand out a little bit better. So we'll accept that. Do the same on these. Drop shadow, stroke. And then finally on the bottom one, layer, layer style, drop shadow, stroke. And we might add a bevel to this bottom one. Select OK. So there you have it. As I said before, if we increase the size of this image to its 100%, you can see that the text is much clearer, and quite a nice looking image that. So here we go. I did promise you a way of being able to apply layer masks even if you have versions 8 and earlier. The mask feature came in version 9. So to be able to create the same effect as we just have done, we have to use adjustment layers. We don't use the actual adjustment itself, but we use the mask layer that comes with it. So we've got rid of the other images, and we've disabled the visibility of these above here. So we'll just go through what we did before. So we've got these two now. That's what we need to do on this layer here. Select the first layer. We need to then go to adjustment layers and just select the levels. We won't do anything with the levels. What we want is this mask that accompanies this layer, and use this mask. We have to clip this above image to this mask here. So on a PC it's Alt, and on a Mac it's Option, and just put your mouse over the lines that separate these two. Click once. Now when we apply a gradient like we did the first time, you can see that it's done what we did in the original tutorial with the mask on the layer itself. So we'll go ahead and do the same to the above one. levels, ignore the levels, clip it with the image above that we want to interact with, and now with the brush tool selected, we have to make it visible first. We can start to take out the areas that we did before with the mask itself. So you can be as careful as you want on that. Again, you can go down to this one, making sure you have the border selected so that we can maneuver and get rid of the areas we want to. And once we're happy, we can just bring back in the text, and there you see we've got the same look that we had using the new masks features within version 9 and 10, but we've created the same effect using an adjustment layer. In this one we've used the levels, ignored the actual adjustment itself, and just used the mask that it comes with to create this effect. So I hope that makes sense, and we'll move on to our next video shortly.